Don't worry, Philly. We about to do you a solid. How is the game this close? What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, what week are we in? Alright, week 8 is behind us now. And, man, I gotta say. So, Sunday night game. Yeah, we'll start with the Eagles and the Cowboys. So, Cowboys, down to their third string quarterback, Nucci, or Nucci Mane. That's not mine. Nucci Mane. Danucci. He had his Danucci has earned the starting spot. So, well, much like it fell to him, the starting spot fell to Danucci. The Eagles were struggling a little bit more than they should have been in this game. Because, I don't know, I think that when they came in, I think they thought that the Cowboys was pretty much done and they had a cakewalk, which is easy to do. Yeah, the Eagles only had one touchdown in the entire first half. Meanwhile, Dallas just kept kicking field goals, and then they eventually took the lead. In the third quarter, Wentz threw a touchdown pass to Travis Fulgham. I'm still trying to figure out where this dude came from. My friend thinks he came from God, but yeah. Yeah, so he threw a touchdown pass to Travis Fulgham, and then successful two-point conversion to Jalen Rager. Then the Eagles, Rodney McLeod, had a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and they went for a two-point conversion, which failed. But don't worry, because Dallas would soon make that two-point conversion valid with a safety. So yeah, that was how the Eagles ended the game. So the Eagles ended up smoking the Dallas Cowboys 23-9. But don't let the score fool you, because this game was a lot closer than it should have been. Now that we got that game out of the way, I actually don't have much room to talk shit, because just like how I said the Eagles came in and thought it was a cakewalk, the Buccaneers came out and pretty much did the exact same thing. Yeah, it was 14-6 going into the half. And you know what? This was, you can say receivers dropped passes, you can say the line got destroyed or whatever. But no, everybody was to blame on this. Yeah, even Tom Brady. That's gonna rub some people the wrong way, because Tom Brady is right no matter what. But nah, some of the throws that he was making, he's better than that, and I know he's better than that. But once things started clicking in the third quarter, we picked up once again. So because we missed Chris Godwin this week, they started working in Jaden Mickens and Tyler Johnson, and these kids are pretty damn good. They can, they have shown that they can come in and sub when needed. I think it was Tyler Johnson. He had Tyler Johnson with a touchdown pass last week. So these guys can come, these guys can go, and they haven't even really we've only begun to scratch the surface of our receiver depth. That's how much such a plethora of weapons that Tampa Bay has, and it's and then with the addition of Antonio Brown, it's only going to make it so much better. Because who do you cover? In any case, back to this game. So Brady is doing the exact same thing that he did in New England. He's spreading the ball around, but he made a point to get it to Mike Evans this week, and my fantasy team appreciates it. So yeah, I'm assuming the Buccaneers came in and thought that it was a cakewalk, because Daniel Jones or Danny Dimes, Danny Dimes is is legit. There's a reason why the Giants drafted him and why they felt comfortable giving him the starting spot in the middle of last season. Actually, no, not even in the middle of last season. Against us. Yeah, against us. The game where they won by field goal. Yeah, Buccaneers ended up winning the game 25-23. Even though with our defense, that score should not have been anywhere near as close. They should have at least had only 14. But yeah, another key in the game, Ronald Jones fumbled earlier in the game, like on the first possession. So that set them up on the 15. So, obviously the defense was backed up into a corner. But, that was our first turnover in a couple of games. So, give that to them, I guess. We won. We got the win. We got the W. You know what I say? Doesn't matter whether it's by an inch, by a mile. Winning is winning. We still got the victory. So, moving on. Next week versus the Saints. That's gonna be cause we gotta avenge that loss, and we gotta split that. All right, so Thursday night game, Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers, and yeah, this was one where Matt Ryan actually maintained the lead throughout the game. They ended up beating the Panthers 25-17. So they split that loss from earlier in the year. Falcons beat the Panthers 25-17. Moving on to Baltimore. This is a sad day for everybody in my hometown. Because it's like everybody in Baltimore marks the Steelers versus the Ravens. Everybody marks that day on the calendar. The two times a year. And if they play each other in the playoffs, man. But this game actually, even though they're the top contender in the NFC, they're the top contender in the AFC North. The hype behind this game isn't as big as it once was because, back maybe 5, maybe 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, Pittsburgh was hyped because at that point they had won the most Super Bowls. I think they still have the most. No, the Patriots. They tied with the Patriots. But yeah, they won their 6th Super Bowl and they had the most hype behind them. All these Steelers fans came out of the woodwork. It was black and gold everywhere. Well, no, I'm sorry, black and yellow. Black and gold was the Saints, but they popped up too. But yeah, it was black and yellow everywhere. You couldn't spit without hitting a Steelers fan, and that all good. But it doesn't matter because they were all fair weather anyway. In my opinion, there was only 3 real Steelers fans in the state that I know of. You know who you are. But in any case, yeah, this was not Lamar Jackson's best performance. He did throw 2 touchdown passes, but he also threw 2 interceptions. And against a defense like the Steelers, you have to take care of the football because the Steelers defense is no joke. Ever since they added Minkah Fitzpatrick from Miami, they've been balling. So you gotta take care of the football against the Steelers. The Steelers couldn't really do much better. The only thing that Big Ben didn't do that Lamar Jackson did was throw an interception. He actually threw for less passing yards than he did, and 2 touchdowns. So yeah, they both threw 2 touchdowns, but those 2 interceptions was the difference. And Pittsburgh ended up beating Baltimore 28-24. Indianapolis Colts versus the Detroit Lions. So Phillip Rivers must have woke up on the right side of the bed this morning because he was dropping bombs. Threw for 262 yards and then 3 touchdowns. Matt Stafford threw for 336 yards and 3 touchdowns, but he threw an interception. So the Colts ended up beating the Lions 41-21. Minnesota Vikings versus the Green Bay Packers. Vikings ended up beating the Packers 28-22. That's not to say that Aaron Rodgers was in a rut after the previous week. How was it that they won and Kirk Cousins only threw for 160 yards? Because Dalvin Cook rushed for 163 yards, 3 touchdowns. Okay, that makes sense. Aaron Rodgers was also without his main rusher, Aaron Jones. He threw for almost 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. But yeah, so Vikings beat the Packers 28-22. Cam. New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Cam is still clearly recovering from his COVID diagnosis. Because this was once again not a very Cam-like performance. Yeah, he threw for 174 yards. He didn't get any touchdowns. Yeah, he fumbled 3 times and lost 1 of them. I mean, really, if you fumble at all, that's bad. But clearly he's still trying to get back in the swing of things. But even still, I don't know. It's like how they started off. He brought this new type of energy to the New England offense, with the added option to run, to take off at a moment's notice. But, ever since he got that positive COVID-19 diagnosis or test or whatever, he hasn't been the same. He missed those 2 games, and then, it was bad. Tennessee Titans versus the Cincinnati Bengals. So it looks like the Titans, who started off good, are now 5-2. They started off undefeated. So they it's like they're kind of tapering off. We're at the halfway point in the season now. Joe Burrow now has 2 victories under his belt. Because Bengals ended up beating the Titans 31-20. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Cleveland Browns. This was an ugly game. The Raiders ended up beating the Browns 16-6. The New York Jets versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't need to tell you that the Chiefs won. But I will. Yeah, the Chiefs beat the Jets 35-9. Patrick Mahomes throwing for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. He really did not let up. LA Rams versus the Miami Dolphins. Battle of the Sunshine City. Tua Tagovailoa in his first start. He only threw for 93 yards and 1 touchdown. That performance though. Dolphins ended up beating the Rams 28-17. Staying in LA? Well, not really, but LA Chargers versus the Denver Broncos. This was a very tight game. I think this might have actually been Justin Herbert's best game to date. Or was that last week? But he put up a good performance in this game as well. I mean, he threw 2 interceptions, but still threw for 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. The Broncos ended up beating the Chargers 31-30. I think it came down to like a last-minute field goal, and they hit it at the very last minute. It was a touchdown that tied the game, and then the extra point gave them the 1 point that they needed to pull out the victory. Good job, Denver. Good job. The New Orleans Saints versus the Chicago Bears. And man, I swear, I didn't know who wanted to win this game. The Bears ended up tying it at the end of the game. which eventually obviously sent the game into overtime. Saints ended up pulling it out in overtime with a 35-yard field goal by Will Lutz. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode of Advanced Sports Talk. So it's big moves happening in the NFL right now, but I think the trade deadline is done. So right now we're about to moving into the second half of the season. This is where things start to get picked. This is where things starting to pick up. So now we're going to be talking about playoffs. We're going to be talking about playoffs, playoff positions, wild card. Remember, there's only one wild card. No, I'm sorry. There's only one team that gets a bye this season. One team gets a bye this season. We got an extra wild card spot. So that's gonna be wild. But in any case, my name is Advance. Oh, merch is coming soon. So while I love my Buccaneers, I'll have my own brand. But yeah, so yeah, merch is coming soon. I got we're doing big things. We got music coming. I'm gonna eventually get my gaming channel back up. So yeah, like once life slows down, oh man. But yeah, so my name is Advance, and I'll always continue to be. Like, share, and subscribe for more football fight news. Hockey, I still got to do a video on the Tampa Bay Lightning, but like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.